I'm on some big boy shit with my big boy drip. I'm on a big boy Porsche, that's a big boy whip. Tip the waiter with 1,000 if the steak comes quick. I'm rocking Louis with some Fendi, man, offend them pricks. I don't love no hoes, they just love this dick. I'm the plumber for your mama, give a pipe real quick. So the devil was Parada, but a Mary's how I drip. I need a Jada waiter, make a little baby when I hit smash.
Every year. I agree with that, I get mine down.
Yeah, I'm married also. My channel is called My Choice Wilson down there as well. If you guys want to watch more Crazy Witch, be sure to check out my playlist down below. Keep watching the party.
Sound effects. Episode number 4.
Try your luck, test me in again, we let it rain. Please don't start us up. Got that black and white, that yin and yang. Mr. Officer, please don't search us, we don't got a thing. Tell her park it up, then that ass be poking out them jeans. I've been sparking up, like the fireworks, I keep the flame. Heard you barking up, this the wrong tree, I got the strings. Yeah, I'm charging up, they can't keep up, got them looking drained. Now they walking up, trying to put the face to the name. Pull up and I and I'm swerving.
Going down. So you can see it's all going off in my house this morning. Got a pub getting fixed up by Jay. Jay were in with me at 7 AM this morning. I've been doing cardio this morning, took a look at Pav. He's 3.5 weeks out looking absolutely insane. And in 3.5 weeks you're going to see an absolute new beast on stage. Got back 7 AM, started my sports therapy. Jay gets me twice a week, every week. I had an hour and a half deep tissue, working on quad tightness, lower back, my shoulder problem. I find when I'm growing in this growing phase that obviously with excessive glycogen and muscle, and I'm really tight all the time, so it's important to get two sessions in with Jake twice a week in abs. So now we're going to go through, and Narco is going to give birth to some pups. How many is she going to have?
Who's to know?
Who knows?
There's suspense.
So I'm going to grab my meal now, I'm going to head over to York, and let's see how many she's going to have. So, just want to show you this, guys. So the Premier Meal Prep Company gave me a fresh delivery on Tuesday, and this is what they dropped me off. All the garlic and herb salmon fillets, already pre-cooked. Got garlic and herb fillet steak, already pre-cooked. Chicken breast, pre-cooked, pre-weighed out. These are a lifesaver. My schedule being a madness in a minute, setting Gas Mark 10 up, running the businesses, you know, these are changing the game. It allows me to stay consistent on my goal to Mr. Olympia. So big shout out to the guys at Meal Prep Company in Aberdeen. Use my code TMU10 for a little saving. So I've got my meal number 2, which will be steak, rice and green beans. I'm going to pack that now, I'll head off to the vets. Have some muffin for me, lad. See you there, bro. Good, yeah. We're not taking the whip today. Save that for later. No fucking dog hairs in my whip. We're taking Abby's car / van. And we have doubles of a van. So I reckon 8 pups. What do you think?
10.
How many do you think, Jake?
7.
7.
Right.
Right, let's go.
Winner gets a burger.
Yeah, and the lead.
Right guys, so what I want to talk about is how to delegate your time, manage your time effectively while running obviously several businesses, having a busy schedule. So, you know, anybody who knows me and followed me for a minute knows how hectic my schedule is. Being a father of 2, you know, having the dogs, I develop property. Obviously I've got the trampoline park, the cafe, the gym, the online coaching, the dog breeding. I mean, I've got a lot of things going off, and to a normal person, you know, the head would fall off in that circumstance. And in the past my head has fallen off, but where I found a strategic method to delegate my time effectively, to get the most out of my day and to perform at an optimal level to become the best bodybuilder I can be, is, you know, time management and fitting things in at a certain slot. And this is why I'm so regimented, so consistent on my time slots. And say if I train with a training partner and he's late, I'm training without him because that time is precious to me. And people might think that's selfish, and they might think, oh, you know, what's 10 minutes? But 10 minutes out of my day could be 10 minutes away from my kids, away from my missus. Could be important business call I need to make. So this is why time is precious to me. So the way I do it is, I get up at 3 AM every day. 3 AM up, and I've got a whiteboard, and I set goals every day for the tasks I need to do. And everything on that board needs to be ticked off accordingly and effectively throughout that day. So my day usually starts like this. 3 AM wake. So the missus is going to rip the car off. 3 AM wake. I have a strong black coffee. I make sure I get a litre of water in. I make sure my digestion's on point by taking apple cider vinegar, lemon juice, warm water, some glutamine. But I will be bringing out a daily setup powder from Gasmart 10 Nutrition. And it's going to be called LFG, Let's Fucking Go. Anybody knows I say LFG a lot, let's fucking go. And that's the mindset and the energy I bring to every day. So once I've done this, my stomach's regulated, ready to kill the day ahead. I usually spend around 30 to 40 minutes getting inside my own head, you know, creating that positive mindset, ready to kill the day. Planning. My method's this: I don't plan weeks ahead, months ahead, years ahead. I plan to kill each day, to win each day. And as long as I win each day, you know, I'm blessed. So I usually set off to the gym around 4:30 AM, take a look at clients. At the minute Pav's competing, he's 3.5 weeks out. So I'm looking at Pav every day, making sure he's on point. Once I've looked at Pav, I usually do some form of core work, vacuum training, and then I'll follow it by posing every day. Then I'll do my cardio, which currently is 30 minutes right now, Stairmaster. Once I've done this, I come back, I take all my health supplements, all the morning routine health supplements, and then I start to eat. So I fasted for around 4 to 5 hours every morning. My body is absolutely ravenous, it's starving, ready to accept that food. My mindset's already in a great place, I know what I'm doing. I've got a method and a plan how to kill that day. You know, so no matter how many tasks I've got in that day, it's already scheduled in. So on that whiteboard, it'll say a certain time for a certain task, and I make sure I hit that. So then, what I usually do is, I usually train after 2 meals. My training time's usually around 11:30 AM. So I've got from the moment I get up 3 AM to work, well, say 10:30 AM. I don't usually do any work after 10:30 AM, so I get my mindset on training. So I've got that short window spot around 6 to 7 hours where I can work. 6 to 7 hours of work is usually a normal person's full day working. I've already hit that by 10:30 AM. Once 10:30 AM comes, I start to visualize training, start to focus on my goal, which is, you know, be the best I can be at the Mr. Olympia. You know, so I start to watch bodybuilding motivation, I start getting myself hyped up, start planning my session. Once I'm in the gym, the phone goes off, WhatsApp's off, it's all eyes on the prize. And I've got 1.5 hours to 2 hours me time where it goes all in. As soon as training's done, we're back to work. And I've got around, say from 1 PM, 1:30 PM, till around 5 PM where I work again. So once again, I'm doing around 4 to 5 hours work there. So my days, I've already got in 10, 11, 12 hours of work time, which is more than the average person. And then it's all about my family. 6 PM comes, but I start to unwind my phone, I turn my WhatsApp off, and it's all about my family. Yeah, as a coach, as coaches out there will know, there's no set working hours, and you're working around the clock. But I always say to my clients, if you check in before 9 AM, you'll get an immediate response. And my clients will vouch for this. I think it's very important to get an immediate response, because the last thing you want to do is overthink. I've been there myself on prep, I've been there myself, you know, as a bodybuilder working with a coach, sat looking at my phone all day, waiting for a response, and it ain't nice. Cortisol is massive, and if your body's stressed, you're going to hold water, and you're not going to look good. So I think it's important to get an immediate response to my guys. So if they check it before 9, boom, they get immediate response. So like I say, guys, you know, timing's key, consistency is key, and you know, I believe good things happen to good people, and if you put in the work, put in the hours, eventually it'll pay off.
Like I said, it just...
If there's surrounded by like loving kids, loving family, come from a good home, that temperament and that mood will play out in that dog's history. You know, if the dog's been like mistreated or tucked away or whatever, and not introduced to a family life or other dogs, it's going to be like a strange experience introducing it to like 2 kids. You never know how it's going to react. And last thing you want is like a tragedy on your arms, you know, because you haven't brought that dog up right. We've picked dogs up from right circumstances, haven't we?
Oh, yeah.
Went to London literally to buy a dog, cost me 10 grand, goes down there, the dogs were in a bathtub, all the pups were in a bathtub. They had 10 bullies in a fucking flat. The woman had a money counter outside, his phone went off, it with Narcos 15 tune. It was just like a license to print money. You know, we kind of felt sorry for the dog, didn't we?
Yeah.
That's how we got it. You can't beat a good, stable family environment for a dog to be brought up in. That temperament, it shows like in the dog's future.
It doesn't go unseen though. Everybody says our setup and how we fetch dogs up is just second to none. You know, like people that have got our puppies, they're like, I've never seen like puppies like this. They're just so.
And also you stay in contact with everybody who's got a dog. It's like anything they need, whatever, it's there,
always,
it's there.
24 hours, isn't it?
You imagine a pup staying with you for 4 months, 5 months until it leaves home. That's a lot of bonding time, you know what I mean? Like, especially that being, they're like her little kids, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
That's why he stays in contact with them. Really nice.
So we'll either have males or like full suited lilacs. Can't wait.
They'll be unreal pups, like. Her lines are crazy, so her dad's called Papi Chulo. And that line that it's come from, they're all thick set dogs. And they're like, when it comes to dogs, mate, bloodline's everything. You know exactly where it's come from, the history, like, they used to be like all about KC registered and stuff like that, to mean kind of pedigree and stuff. But now it's about bloodlines and where it's come from. The structure of the dog, the bone density, the jaws, everything, the markings, you know. And every dog that we've got in our litter has come from absolutely crazy lines.
That's why the cost.
That's why they cost so much. You get 2 pups here, they might look identical. And because I always say a pup will always look cute to somebody. If you take your missus for a pup, it's lovely that. If you've got a dog at 500 quid or 5 grand, you're going to pick the one at 500 because you think, oh well, you know, 5 grand's an expensive pet. And then it'll grow up looking like a ground. That's what happens, you know what I mean? All pups look really nice until they grow up. And you'll find out the bloodline, where it's come from and things like that.
But we can promise you, these will grow up sick. Absolutely sick.
That's how we keep in contact, because we know we're going to get quality.
I'd even use my own dogs that I've bred to foster dogs, and that's God's honest truth, because I just know like the back history of it all.
That's why when people come to be my clients, it's basic but it works.
Yeah.
A lot of things in bodybuilding is gimmicks, you know what I mean? It's about selling. So people say, oh, come to me, you'll get muffins. Come to me, you get cookies. That sounds amazing. Of course I'm going to sign up, because you know what I mean, selling dream, aren't you? But in hindsight, and reality is, you've got to find out what works. When you're on stage with them lights, that's your explosion, you know. And all them cookies and all them muffins, they might be good at time, but you're still on stage, you look like a right sausage, don't you?
Spilling.
Spilling. Spilling. Spilling.
Spilling.
So we're here. It's time.
It's time. We've got a hot water bottle, keep us cookies warm.
We're going to need that today. Hot water bottle, it's been red off.
Yeah, it'll still do it. They'll be wet, won't they?
Who's taking over a walk? Hey, everybody, all right?
And the first was, it was like 9.6.
Back in there once a day, too.
Yeah.
So we've got Arsen 8, Jason 7,
I said 10. Loads.
and the winner gets the medal.
It's just severe,
Yeah, it should be faster in a minute. Should be lighter in a minute.
Just got to pay 500.
Alright.
He bought me all these dogs. I says, oh, I love an house full of these dogs. And he just kept fetching them and fetching them. Even when in Dubai, and just kept having them delivered. All like, oh my God, that's enough dogs now. I've got an house full.
What are you filming for?
For YouTube.
YouTube, is it? Alright.
Yeah.
It's a fancy camera, isn't it?
So this is Tim over, so looks after all my dogs, so I only trust him, doesn't he?
Oh dear, that's sad bad news.
Yeah, see on page for the dogs and things, so showing them come from a nice family home and you know, the setup. A lot of people breeding dogs now and like it's not right, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
We're showing like the pro style loving and caring we are towards dogs.
So on your bodybuilding channel, what's your bodybuilding channel called?
Go out for Barnsley Pitbull.
Pitbull.
They call me the Barnsley Pitbull. They say the dogs look like the owners. All meant for having a chihuahua, mate, what up? But yeah, I'm a pro bodybuilder, so yeah, I qualified for Mr. Olympia this year.
Oh yeah?
Yeah, just won in Ireland, so I've got a gym and stuff, that's my
yeah.
Thank you.
One day. Cookies, cereal, bagels, all that food to very hard gainers. So, you know, I don't want to sound contradictory where I don't put my guys on that. You know, I've got an athlete selection for about 50 athletes, male and female, and some might have bagels, muffins, cereal, things like that. So I don't want to sound contradictory. But if you're a very hard gainer, they're very easy digestible carbs to get in your body. But if you're trying to get in shape for a bodybuilding show, there's got to be a point on prep where you pull that shit out. If you're still having cereals, bagels, muffins, all that junk 2 weeks out, and you've got a soggy ass, gluten not in. Thank you for a change.
I'm an hard gainer.
You're a hard gainer, yeah. But saying that, you do eat. Our cupboards is full of that shit.
Yeah, I'm just...
This is why I go to Dubai.
I class myself as an hard gainer.
Yeah. This is why I go to Dubai. I've got the cafe selling burgers, and they're promoting that. Come out of the gym, I can smell fucking burgers and cheese. I go home, Mrs. cooking spag bol and garlic bread for kids. We've got open plan living, I thought, I'm off. I can't handle this. Give me that 1-bedroom bed sit in Dubai.
What should I feed kids? Chicken and rice?
I'd have live with Pav in Dubai.
Nah, alright.
Pav is that good at a mate. He come to Dubai with me last prep and fucking did my diet just to support me. And man's same food as me. He's an absolute soldier. But it has worked in his favour, because obviously now we're prepping now. He had a good head start on prep. You got to remember, I pushed him to 272 pounds in the off season, but we've talked about in prior videos Pav's stomach issue. It's not that he can't digest food or he's hammered insulin or he's like done all these things to give him a distended stomach. It's like when a lady has a pregnancy and it stretches the abdominal wall and it ruptures the wall. And it can't come back, it needs surgery to put like a mesh in to bring it back in. So what happened was, he come to Dubai with me, did that little prep, and we're eating the same food, and we noticed his body were like transitioning nicely. And I said, as long as you can stay on top of his stomach and keep it in, sucked in, we can do a show. So obviously we had the goal in mind of making 212 for the Classic, because Classic goes on height to weight. So for his height, I think he's about 5'11". It's like 212. The last time we were at stage 2 years ago, we're 203, 204 pounds. So I mean, it's a nice progress, mate. You know, like 8, 9 pounds. It's a good progress. But the guy has grown that much training with me and doing the off season and growing that he's got too much tissue. We found that pushing him so hard, his body's stalled. He runs 60 grams of carb a day and 2 hours cardio with 10 rounds of posing. That's no joke. If you've done that, it ain't no joke. And he's got to work as well at my place. And he's got a nasty bastard training partner like me as well, pushing him every day. I'm on him all the time. But it makes him into the man he is, you know.
Deeper, wider.
I know. But, so we started pushing on prep and found that his body, it wasn't responding. It was getting tighter, but there were no movement on the scales. So, and one thing about prep is, when you've got a number, when you fixate on a number in your mind, sometimes you can overthink and just get stressed out. If you're waking up every day and the scales are not moving, your body's stressed, you're going to hold water. Cortisol again, cortisol. So, what we've decided to do now is, whatever class he falls in, we'll just do. So I said, don't register to the show until 1 week out. In the heavyweight class, it's got to be 225 and under. He weighed 230 this morning, so we're sweet for that. And if he makes Classic 212, so be it. But he'll do well in both classes, you know, he's got a great physique, you know. He's got a great coach.
It's the coach.
But nah,
And the hard work.
listen, like I say, he's like my brother, he's like my family, that kid, so, you know, I generally want the best for him. And yeah, I'm a fucker with him in training, I'm on him. I'm like, people can say he's a bit of a cunt with Pop, but I'm not. I know if I was sugarcoating it and if I were blowing smoke up his ass every week telling him how great he was, he'd always back off. If I am on him and he always feels like he's going to strive to do more, that's how with me, it's the same, you know. I step outside my comfort zone in the UK and go to Dubai with all these pro bodybuilders because I don't want to be the best in the gym. I want to look up to people and think, fucking hell, that's the level I've got to do it to.
But he looks up to you.
Pav looks up to me so much.
And sees hard work, so he's like following in your footsteps.
And I always say this: if you're a coach and dictating to your clients, but you haven't done that yourself, you know, how have you got the right to say, you know, do the 2 hours cardio, suffer this way, when you're there out with your missus eating fucking steak on their money? You know, I've been there, done that, wore the t-shirt, and I'm still fucking doing it now. So all my clients take my work rate as motivation and inspiration. So what they'll say is, they've never been so inspired and so motivated while I'm on prep. I'm putting daily content out, I'm showing them how I'm grinding, and plus, I'm going on stage and getting the goods, I'm delivering the goods. You know, a lot of people lie about the work rate they're doing, and it goes on stage and it shows. So, like I said, going back to Pav, whatever class he falls in, it falls in. And now the pressure's off, and we're not overthinking doing the 212 class, the classic 212. You know, he's starting to drop a bit of weight. So every morning he's wake up, he sends me his weight, and there's no worries. And I always say this: wake up, take your weight, send your pictures, and then delete them. You know, don't overthink, don't overanalyze your photos, because you'll always pick flaws in your own physique. I am terrible for it, Abiana. I always think I look shit. So what I now do is, when I'm on prep, I train in baggy t-shirts, or I take my photos, send them, and then delete them. And then I just concentrate on winning each day. It's so important you win each day. As long as you're ticking the boxes each damn day, it don't matter, you're winning. And eventually, I've told you before, the hard work will pay off, it will show. Consistency, hard work will all show. So, Pav's going to look great in 3.5 weeks, I've got full faith in him. And like I say, you know, I'm going to fucking push him to the end. We're still training heavy, still training aggressive, still training for over 2 hours, and his energy's still good. You know, as the bodybuilder, you always think you look flat. It's like, he comes in the morning, he poses for me, he's like, oh, I feel a bit flat. We're training, he's bursting. So, it's 2 different looks. One in the morning empty, and one after training. You've got to visualise both of them. So if you get a coach, you know, especially at back end of prep, they should be checking in with you daily. My clients check in with daily at back end of prep. He's going to look great in 3.5 weeks.
No doubting.
No doubt.
No doubt.
Want to give me a rough time for when I get plastering? Yeah, and I'll get him booked in. All right, Aki, well, I'll be training at 2. Do you want to meet me after I've trained or before? As you can see, busy man. So we're doing a rip out, a full rip out and refurb a terrace house. So like I say, I've been in the property or a builder for 10 years. I bought my first house at 16 years old. So I've been buying terrace houses, renting them out ever since. So I've got rid of a few in the past, but this is number 5 run now. I've got 5 rentals. Pav's actually going to move into this one. So it's on with that now. Should flip it in 3 weeks. So I'll meet him after training. Land at Starbucks, take 2. Let's go. Green iced tea, water.
Favourite, innit?
Gotta put flavour drops in it. I'm sure it gets down. It's madness, isn't it?
You didn't just put a drop in there, you like.
Oh, squirty. Plenty of. Calorie free, isn't it? We've got jasmine rice, fillet steak from the Premium Meal Prep guys, green beans, and as you can see how I make my rice, it's like slap dab. The reason why I make it like this is because I like a good volume of food. I'm always hungry. Instead of cheating on my diet, just volumise the food. As you can see, everything's plain. Even in the off season, don't bother with sauce. I like my food that much, and I promise you guys, if you use the Meal Prep guys, yeah, the steak is absolutely legit, salmon's legit, it's all legit. Very privileged and blessed to be working with these guys. Jordan, the owner, you know, he actually drove down from Aberdeen to see me. He drove down like the day before yesterday. With a 13.5 hour round trip. I've got big plans coming for the future, doing seminars and things like this, so that's big things locked in. And I always say, if somebody promotes me and backs me, I always give back to them, you know. With me, it's never one-sided. I'm never a guy who just takes, I always give back. So, the wife's going to bring the green tea, green iced tea. If you're prepping, you want a little cheeky pick-me-up, something that's different to water and it tastes amazing, calorie-free. You know, I use green iced tea, water, and I have used the toffee caramel drops or the white chocolate drops. Today I'm going to use toffee caramel drops. Absolute bad boy. First, nail my food. How do you guys think? Oh, good. You know, like, as a father, you'd also want to meet your your daughter's boyfriend. You've seen the film Den of Thieves when they go into the garage and all the boys are there. They're scared the life out of him. Well, her dad wanted to meet me.
Like that.
Like that.
Probably like
he met me and said, "Rabbit, yeah, sound him, mate."
Lovely guy.
Yeah,
because there's 6 years in me and Rob, so obviously me being 17 and him being older, it were a bit like, I says, he's 23, Daddy. We're like, no, you're not seeing him. I says, look.
I need to meet him.
I says, look, just meet him and you'll know. I says, got his head screwed on, got his own house, got a good job. He met him, go like, bob on him, you know. Absolutely, bob on.
He didn't want this smoke, did he?
And
He didn't want this smoke, did he?
good friends, shut up. Good friends now, aren't you?
That's it. That's a bad boy. So when I were in Dubai last time, the first time I did camp out there, I all seemed to sell my car. We're in Dubai, didn't I?
Yeah.
So I had a GLE, I sold it while I were in Dubai, so I come back, I had no car. And I were on prep. So I had Abby driving me about, she was my chauffeur, and then I had Pav driving me about. But Pav, when he were at his heaviest, he was 272 pounds, I think. The motherfucker sleeps anywhere. Went to Batley at traffic lights, he's behind wheel. He were there asleep behind wheel at traffic lights. No joke.
Snows, wasn't it?
And we had these videos on my phone in Italy. What did it sound like?
Snoring.
Yeah, it was bad, wasn't it?
Real bad.
Swear to God, I thought he was dying. I thought he'd like inhaled the pillar. Fucking man like Pav. Ready? How many?
10. How many?
8. And Jake's on 7.
Who will lose?
We'll fucking soon see, kid. Soon see.
Oh, I can't wait.
Excited. You know what I'm excited for?
It's like Christmas.
You know what I'm excited for?
What?
It's leg day. Let's go. Time waits for no man.
Let's fucking go.
That's my 10. We launched 3 weeks ago, but we didn't have the product. So obviously we took loads of back orders, and it's amazing the amount of support I've had. It's been like, you know, humbling, and it's amazing. But I'm going live on my stories saying the product will be like 2 or 3 days, whatever, and we've just been let down. We finally got the product in, got it out to people, so it's a blessing to see people receiving the orders, tagging them in the post. Got 17 gyms locked in, got like 4 big distros locked in, 4 big names locked in, and obviously the online orders. The hype and the momentum the brand's building is absolutely mind-blowing. It's moving at a crazy rate. It's moving at that much at a crazy rate where I've outgrown my gym already, and I'm now looking for a unit. It's scary, but it's also exciting. I mean, like, it ain't exactly ideal, you know, prepping for the Olympia and, you know, having this going off, but you know what, like I've said before, I will never ever complain or moan for being busy. And I've got a network of diamonds around me, people in my corner who would literally break the back for me, you know what I mean? And you can't buy that. That circle and network of people I've got around me is absolutely mind-blowing, because I know I give it back. I do what they do for me, I do it back tenfold, and I have done tenfold. Your network is your net worth. My network is fucking amazing. But obviously I've got, at the minute I've got the cream of rice in 4 flavours, I've got the pre-workout in 2 flavours. I've launched already a daily setup powder called LFG Let's Fucking Go. I've had it made. The labels are now being made. I've got to wait for the labels to go to the manufacturers. That'll be launched. That should be launching next week. That's going to come out in 2 flavours. Pineapple coconut, and we've got the peach iced tea. Both absolute bad boy. Then I'll be working on the essential amino hydration blend, which I believe will be in 3 flavours. I tested them yesterday, Abby, didn't I?
Yeah, gorgeous.
And I confirmed them. I've got the mango iced tea, I've got the cherry watermelon, and I've got the strawberry coconut, and they're all absolutely mind-blowing. One big thing about aminos is I want mine to be calorie-free and contain a hydration panel, contain like pink salt and things like that, to keep your body electrolyte balanced while you're training. A lot of people sweat while they're training and don't put enough salt in, that's why they cramp up. So I've got a full hydration panel on there and the essential aminos. So I'm very excited for that. So that'll be 4 products in our panel so far. and it's just going to grow. I've got ideas bursting from my head every day, but like I say, if I put my name to it, it's got to be right.
Yeah, but you make it happen.
I make it happen, I'll be here. But like I say, I'm nothing without the people around me, so that's why I always say I'm always grateful for the people around me. Now lifted a box.
I want there. I've told you I'd do it if I were there.
You'll keep pulling snake at night. Alright. So I got a, like I said, we've got four products coming soon. We've got 2 launched now, 1 next week and then 1 say a couple of weeks after. And then I've also got like ideas bursting out my mind every day, you know. It's all I think about, you know. It's crazy. You know, like I always say this. We've all got the same 24 hours in each day. We've all got the same 24 hours. It's what you do with them that counts. You know what I mean? I had no silver spoon growing up, no handouts. My mum drives a Fiat 500. You know, she had 3 jobs. She had 3 boys to bring up. I was the oldest boy. No joke. We had designer clothes, but they were from the charity shop. They were next man's clothes. They weren't brand new. But she always provided and make sure we knew morals and how to behave and things like that. Anybody who meets me knows I'm very polite and very warming. That's how I've been brought up, created to my mum, you know what I mean? But I've had no silver spoon, no handouts. I've hustled for everything I've got. I've busted my balls. Well, all my pals were getting on the snow and just drinking and being at Bell End when they were 16-year-old, leaving school. I bought my first property. You know what I mean? I've always grafted. I've always been looking for ways to make money. You know, that it's either in you or it ain't. You know, and these times when I think to myself, I wish I could chill out and wish I could just like enjoy my achievements and just like have more time, more freedom, more me time. But I think while I'm young and while I've got the energy, you know, I'm just going to put in the work and secure my family's future. I'm going to lock in now. This is going to be for my family's future. You know, my kids are one for nothing. I'll always teach them the right way, but they're one for nothing. My wife will one for nothing. And I believe, well, I've got fucking good health. Well, I've got the energy and the testosterone I've got now. I got to work my ass off to give them the life they deserve. Simple as that. Not started yet. Be half an hour. I know I've got legs at 2. Right, so just come out the vets. What? Why? Alright. Sure. Right guys, so let's come out the vets. Narco's only had 2 pups. I mean, you heard what we were guessing earlier. We fought with a sizer and we had obviously it scanned prior to, you know, the birth. We thought she'd be having like a lot more than 2. But it is what it is. The mother's healthy, you know, that's the main thing. The pups survived and that's the main thing. So it's not ideal having 2 pups. But like I said, the mother's health, that's the main thing. We'll get back in the car, get the pups home, get the mother home, make sure they're safe, and I'll see you back at the house. Should give birth to a mobile fucking phone, yeah? A male, full male, I've got a pure white one. Madness. Right, just got back. So, leg day today. So, pre-workout meal about to go down. I'm making 220 gram of salmon, Premier meal prep. I'm going to have 100 gram cream of rice Gasamat 10, cherry bakewell flavour. I'm also going to have 100 gram of lactose. That's my pre-workout meal. So what I do is, it tends to be in 250 gram portions. Like to cut it, get a little bit to our Bugsy. I'll show you how good it is. That's as easy as it is. Literally comes out, absolutely fire. No messing. And I'm on it. With the weight with every meal. So 20. Push. We'll do that. That bumps. Cream rice, what I put in the fridge earlier, 100 gram, the cherry Bakewell, the raspberries, look at that, no joke guys, consistency, that's my pre-workout meal. I'm going to do plenty of salt. Reason why I do plenty of salt is because to keep the electrolyte balance while I'm training, stop me cramping, I put a load of sodium in for the pump. So like I say, when I bring my aminos out, my essential aminos hydration blend, it'll have pink salt already in it. Plenty of salt. There we go. I'm going to sit down, get my mindset ready for training. So I've had a busy morning, and now we switch on to bodybuilding. You know, last episode when I said I shit that meal on Sunday, Tomahawk, York, fucking bag of dicks. Look at this here. That meal has even got shitter. So we've got me on way there and not way back. That were at 17:40, that were at fucking 20 past 8. But Tomahawk, coming for you boy. Coming for you. Shower of shit here. That's all you need before training. I need some gas Mark 10. At least I've got a car now with air conditioning. Oh. Right, I'll see you guys at the gym. Let's fucking go. Landed, the Mecca, TMU baby. Oh. Just in time, DHL's picking the parcel up for gas Mark 10. Take a look. Everybody good? Hi.
Yeah, mate, good.
Alright, Bob. Jake, you good?
Good man.
So we'll go to the gym now. I'll make my pre-workout for legs and then do the cafe promo. The Mecca, TMU. Let's go. Big breath. Alright, there you go.
Record. Give me 3 more weeks. Unrecognizable and undeniable.
That's what you know it's working.
Joe Bollinger. If it hurts, conditions. If you're still smiling and full of energy.
Dodgy, dodgy.
Probably a bit vibrant. Probably like
Alright, cream of rice samples.
Here we go.
Cream of rice samples, look. I've got a retweak of that white chocolate biscuit. Retweak. I've got cinnamon cereal. Cinnamon cereal. I'll retweak that white chocolate one more. Oh, smell that. Smell that one. Cinnamon cereal. Brett, smell that. Cinnamon cereal.
I can smell that from here.
Oh boy.
Banging that.
Wow.
That's the white chocolate biscuit consistent for 3 weeks.
Yo, how about that one you Snickers retweak?
Yeah.
It's all about a sniff test. At the same time, I lost before I entered it. Salt and caramel with that redone. It's not long, but you won't bang it and mix it or something, won't it? Prototype, put them safe, bro. Yeah, they got shitted in it. I got speeding fine up way there up motorway and way back. Can't ride it. They call unleash on legs today. Pre-workout time. You know what time it is? The one pre-workout on the market we're talking about. The one pre-workout on the market that's making everybody go wild. Gas matter. You know what we say? I ain't playing no games. My favourite, bubblegum cherry. Pab, get some bottled water, please. We're all snobs down here. I want to drink bottled water. You want one, big boy? You want one?
Of course. Need it 3 weeks out. Need it.
When we had a shortage of gas smart 10, we couldn't get it. I tried other pre-workouts. I ain't just saying it because it's mine. Did nothing, lad, did it? Nothing. One each scoop. Cost Pab's like 3 week out. He's doing gas smart 15 today. If he's doing 15, pink everything. I even had a pink smoke earlier, didn't I?
Okay.
You know my guy? Now you fucking hatchet. Party time, like today. We're waiting, cheers a minute. Can't love them dogs, but have two. Good lad, lucky dog, but massive, you're massive now, aren't you? That said, predict 6 minimum. Not laughing. We're all saying, whoever gets it right gets a burger. I'm not going to have a burger because obviously I'm very loyal to my diet. So Jake picked a 7, I went 8, Abby went 10. Come out 2, Jake says, we'll be winding you up, lad, just having a laugh. If they come back out and they're fucking like, with bumps, I don't fucking want to be funny. Oh, do that, I said, then he died. He's not died, that's all, then it's fucking oil. Here's what it is, my lead dog's healthy, innit? Yeah, you've got 2 healthy bumps. Healthy bumps, my fucking man's dog's not healthy.
But they ain't good than that.
Cancel that Maldives holiday. I'm gonna fucking skeg next now. Very unusual, mate. Like the first one 7, 2 fucking adequate pallets in there. So I pulled 5 out, this one fucking 2. It's a madness. I thought with size in there. We are fucking big sure. With Bet saying obviously scan 6. Usually what happens is they scan it and there's always usually a few more. Few hidden and shit. Fucking these were, no one fucking never existed. Alright, Peter?
Yeah, mate, you got
some big dog. Good.
Oh, yeah?
Right, really well. Done, brother. The boy will take his face. He was gonna tire this. Yeah, we've been having dog fucking thing this morning, haven't we? Only had 2 pups left. I wounded, mate. Right, guys, it's seen a morning of madness in the life of the Barnsley Pitbull. So, started the day at 3 AM, usual day planning. Then went gym, took a look at Pav. He's looking absolutely sick. 3 week out. Say, Pav, feel good?
3 weeks feel good. Well, 3 weeks I feel good. I mean, obviously energy levels are low, but seeing progress, well, pushing me all every day, making me feel really good. So I can't wait to get on stage.
You know a man's tired when he turns up in his mum's shorts. It's all jokes around here, but I'm bringing the energy, I'm bringing the sores and pushing him through it, you know. And like I say, in-person visuals, I'm seeing him every day is helping a lot. So I'm keeping his mindset in that controlled place. The last thing you want to do in prep is just like overthink situations, you know. And he's coming in here, I'm putting his mind to ease each day. He never knows what he's doing in regards to training, or in regards to cardio or diet, because it's changing daily, and I'm controlling that. So literally now when I come to the gym, I don't have to think about training. I plan it to do it for him, you know what I mean? So all he has to do is turn up every day and give 100%, which he is. So like I said, in-person visuals with Pav. I did a little bit of core work. I'm lying, I didn't really, but sounds good on camera, doesn't it? I did some cardio, 30 minutes, but I got back an hour and a half deep tissue with my boy Jay. He's fixing me up twice a week, he's helping a lot. Like I said, as I'm growing, got excessive glycogen and muscle, I'm feeling pumped all the time, so Jay's flushing me about. Pav got deep tissue work. Then obviously we went to see the dogs, see what happened with that. We only ended up with 2 pups. It is what it is, guys. You know, like I said, my dog's healthy, the pups are healthy, that's the main thing. You know, yeah, we wanted more, but it is what it is, man, do you know what I mean? We're not just in it for the dough, we're in it for the love of the game, and we love dogs, you know what I mean? You can see the background they come from. Now we're at TMU, the big session's about to go down. We've unloaded the parcels, they get sent to the distributors and the online orders today. And now, we're going to do some promo for the cafe. So as you can see, guys, it's fucking madness in my world, it is madness. But I will never complain for being busy. And I will never listen to any bullshit excuse that you're too busy. If you want something bad in life, you just got to find a way. Find the way that works for you. So, we're going to do a promo for the cafe now, and I'm going to hit some motherfucking legs. I appreciate you all watching. Please like, subscribe and share the channel. Barnes the Pitbull, Gas Smart 10 all day. T-Man some shutdown, let's fucking go.
I'm on some big boy shit with my big boy drip. I'm on a big boy push, that's a big boy whip. Tip the weight with 1,000 if the steak comes quick. I'm rocking Louis with some Fendi, man, offend them pricks. I don't love no hoes, they just love this dick. I'm the plumber for your mama, give a pipe real quick. So the devil was Parada, but a Mary's how I drip. I need a Jada, wait, I'll make a little baby when I hit smash.